In a previous Racing Infinity, we looked at a timeline where Tony Stewart stuck with Joe Gibbs Racing into the Toyota era, setting off a butterfly effect that included Kevin Harvick being the one to join forces with Gene Haas. After an exciting 2009 season, which included an upset win for Scott Speed, we enter 2010 and see the next dominoes to fall, as Tony looks to bring the 20 back to championship contention. In the first iteration of this Racing Infinity timeline, we saw Tony Stewart return to Joe Gibbs Racing in 2009, which set the stage for Harvick Haas Racing to emerge as Gene Haas's new star-powered team. In the Daytona night race, we saw Scott Speed earn a career kick-starting win at Red Bull, with Stewart finishing second. Tony Stewart has a similar rest of the 2009 season to real life, picking up another win at the Fall Kansas race and finishing 6th in the point standings. Both Harvick Haas cars missed the chase, but Harvick's win at Pocono propelled him to a better points finish of 15th. Jimmie Johnson takes home his 4th Sprint Cup title in a row. Today, we turn the page to 2010, more specifically, the second race of the season, the Auto Club 500 in Fontana, California. Jimmy McMurray still wins the Daytona 500 for Earnhardt Ganassi Racing, and now teams look to get into a rhythm. With Tony Stewart still in the number 20 Home Depot Toyota, where does Joey Logano go next? Logano joins another Toyota team, Michael Waltrip Racing, in their new third car sponsored by Napa. In real life, this was a number 56 car for Martin Truex Jr. But because the 56 is his family number, MWR instead revives the number 44 car for Logano. As he did last season, Truex occupies the number 29 at Richard Childress Racing. Kevin Harvick still runs Harvick Haas, with him piloting the number 72, and Bobby Labonte still in the number 75. Lastly, the other big changes came at Red Bull Racing, which sees a few changes. Most notably, as was rumored in real life, Red Bull moves from Toyota to Chevrolet, becoming a partner to Hendrick Motorsports. The upset special Scott Speed remains in the 82 car, but more notably, the 83 car is taken by an up-and-coming Hendrick prospect, Brad Keselowski. The Red Bull team is riding high off their win and looks for an opportunity to become a consistent frontrunner with 2 young drivers. Lastly, Brian Vickers moves over to the number 71 team for the time being, with Labonte racing with Harvick Haas. The season is young, and things are sure to be exciting as drivers settle in. Here's the starting lineup for today's race at Auto Club Speedway. Starting on the pole for today's race is Juan Pablo Montoya, looking to follow up to what his teammate did last week. And starting right beside him is the 29 of Martin Truex Jr. Kurt Busch will roll off in third, and next to him is the 5 of Mark Martin. Our Daytona 500 champion Jamie McMurray starts 5th, and the one from 2 years ago, Ryan Newman, starts in 6th. Kevin Harvick will roll off in 7th, and AJ Allmendinger with a strong qualifying run, he'll start 8th. Jeff Gordon will start in 9th, and in 10th is Denny Hamlin. In 11th, you'll find the 17 of Matt Kenseth, and Clint Bowyer will start 12th. Joey Logano will start 13th in the 44 for Michael Waltrip Racing, and in 14th, our defending champion for the last 4 years, Jimmie Johnson. Starting 15th is Kasey Kahne, and in 16th is the 99 of Carl Edwards. Starting 17th is the 83 of Brad Keselowski, and in 18th is car number 18, Kyle Busch. Starting 19th is the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., and starting 20th is the 16 of Greg Biffle. Tony Stewart will roll off in 21st, and Jeff Burton will roll off in 22nd. David Rudiman will start 23rd in that Airstream machine, and Reagan Smith will start 24th. The next row features a pair of open-wheel racers. Sam Hornish Jr. will start 25th, and Scott Speed, who won the Daytona Summer Race last season, will start 26th. Starting 27th is the 75 of Bobby Labonte, and in 28th is Elliott Sadler. In 29th is the 47 of Marcos Ambrose, and in 30th is David Reagan. Brian Vickers will start in 31st, and Casey Mears with Keyed Up Motorsports will start 32nd. Robbie Gordon will roll off 33rd, and in 34th is the 38 of David Gilliland. 35th is the 98 of Paul Menard, and Eric Almirola will start 36th. Starting 37th is the 13 of Max Pappas, and in 38th is the 66 Prism Motorsports Toyota of Dave Blaney. Travis Quaffle will start 39th, and Blaney's teammate Michael McDowell will roll off in 40th. Rounding out the field is the 87 of Joe Nemechek and the 37 of rookie Kevin Conway. 4 drivers were also sent home. Those who did not qualify were the 26 of Boris Said, the 35 of Johnny Sauter, the 36 of Mike Bliss, so both Tommy Baldwin entries, and the 46 of Terry Cook. Here we go for race 2 of the 2010 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season as Juan Pablo Montoya looks to follow up on his teammate's big win last week as he and Martin Truex Jr. will lead the field to the green flag. Here we go. Let's go California Dreamin'. Kurt Busch battles Martin Truex Jr. for second. Jamie McMurray up there in the mix as well as Montoya clears for the lead as they head down the backstretch for the first time this afternoon. Truex clears for second now as Montoya wants to get those first set of bonus points that will be offered in today's race for leading a lap. And looks like he will do so. Coming off turn 4, it'll be Juan Pablo Montoya looking for his first Cup win on an oval as he leads the way here. Into turn 1 now, Truex holding his ground. You see Mark Martin, who came very close to winning the championship last year, battling with Kurt Busch. Montoya, who looked like a threat to win the Brickyard 400 in 2009, had some issues on pit road, and it never came to be. Maybe today could finally be that day as they head into turn 3. MTJ looking to the inside now of Montoya, but Montoya continues to hold his own as they come off turn 4. It's still early in the season, and a lot of these competitors want to get off on the right foot after kicking off the season at Daytona, a track where anything can happen. Fontana gives a chance to get into rhythm as Montoya continues to lead the way. He's enjoyed this early lead as you see Mark Martin now working his way to second. That GoDaddy Chevrolet looks pretty fast. Jeff Gordon trying to get into the mix as well. He's battling Truex and Kurt Busch to try and advance his way up into the top 5. This beautiful 2-mile oval located here in Fontana, California, providing some exciting racing here early. Once again, Montoya enjoying this early lead, but Mark Martin is approaching them, as well as now you see Martin Truex Jr. there in the 29, Kevin Harvick in the 72 as you're looking back from Mark Martin's GoDaddy Chevrolet. On board now as he tries to lure in Juan Pablo Montoya, former Indy 500 winner, former F1 racer. Montoya has done it all, and he's a winner in NASCAR. But I know for sure he wants to get that first oval win to really solidify himself more as a racer here in NASCAR. But now you see Mark Martin to the inside. Martin is there. Can he get a good run coming off turn 2 and onto the backstretch? Montoya trying to push forward on the outside. They remain side by side as now they head into turn 3. Martin and Montoya not giving up a single inch here early, but it looks like Mark Martin will clear the 42 for the lead, and Mark Martin is out in front here in SoCal. Meanwhile, you see Kevin Harvick to the inside of Montoya. Now we're going to go 3 wide. Jeff Gordon goes to the inside of Harvick. They go into turn 1. Who's going to get the advantage here? You see the 12 of Newman as well. There's so much action here early. It's hard to keep up with all of it. As you see Mark Martin still leading the way. No one giving up an inch for second place as they head down the backstretch. Some fantastic racing we are seeing early here. Things now calming down. Montoya clears for second. Gordon and Harvick still fight for third. Can Montoya get the lead back as Mark Martin continues to lead? Great crowd on hand here as they roar through the front stretch. It's Martin, Montoya, and Harvick, your top three. Seven laps are complete. You see Martin is still leading the way. Oh, car in the wall! Scott Speed, the 82. And that will be our first caution of the afternoon. Scott Speed looked like he may have gotten a little bit of help. Let's take a look at the replay to see what happened here. Yeah, it looks like that was contact from a fellow open-wheel driver, Sam Hornish Jr. there in the 77. Of course, Scott Speed, you may remember him getting that win at Daytona last summer. Let's take a slow-mo look here, and yeah, that's exactly what happened here. Speed got a little help from Hornish. Looks like Hornish just kind of went up the track there and got into the 82. I'm sure Speed's not going to be too happy about that, but Red Bull looking for a boost with Chevrolet this year. They're working with Hendrick Motorsports. Now for Speed and Keselowski, the team is looking to take it to the next level this season, but Speed's chances at a win end early today. Once again, a look at the onboard from Sam Hornish Jr. as he runs up the track into Scott Speed to bring up the first caution of the afternoon here today in Fontana, just 7 laps in. Everyone is coming down pit road for some early service and just trying to work off a fuel strategy as there appears to be a car up in smoke entering pit road, and it appears to be the 83 of Brad Keselowski. So right after Scott Speed had his issue that brought out the caution, his teammate goes up in smoke, a major problem under the hood of that 83 Chevrolet, and Brad Keselowski's day is done. What a tough break for him. As we take a look at the battle off pit road, Juan Pablo Montoya, followed by Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and Kevin Harvick. Coming back to the restart, it'll be lap number 12. Pace car goes down pit road. Montoya leads, Martin second, Gordon third, Kevin Harvick fourth. So they go back up through the gears, and we're back underway here in California. We had an early caution, but now we're going to see if everybody can just get into a rhythm. As you see Jeff Gordon already battling his teammate for second place. Kevin Harvick lurking in fourth. You see Truex and Johnson right behind them. Of course, Jimmy Johnson on a quest for a 5th straight Sprint Cup championship. Into turn 3. Harvick is still there. Gordon and Martin battle along, but Montoya still holds on to that lead. He's feeling pretty good about that Target Chevrolet, and he should. Off turn 4 now. Jeff Gordon trying to get a run going. You see him looking to the corner panel of the 42. He might have a little help there from Kevin Harvick. A group of 4 Chevys up here fighting for the lead, and here is Jeff Gordon to the inside of Montoya, coming off turn 2. Gordon may have the upper hand here unless Montoya can fight back on the outside. He's going to need some help from Mark Martin if he wants that. The Chevys are looking strong here early as we go on board Montoya. Gordon clears for the lead, and now Kevin Harvick takes second place in that Pennzoil Chevrolet. That's his team, of course, with Gene Haas, Harvick Haas Racing. And now Harvick definitely wants that lead. He is to the quarter panel of the 24. Can he get there? He's got space. He's got space. Off turn 2 now. Kevin Harvick side by side with Jeff Gordon. Of course, Harvick, a California native. Gordon, originally born in California, so a couple of Californians up here in the front, and I'm sure the crowd is enjoying every moment of it as Kevin Harvick has the slight advantage over Jeff Gordon. He will lead this lap as they come on through the front stretch. What an exciting race we have so far on our hands here to start off the second race of the 2010 season. 17 laps are complete. We're on board with the 72 of Kevin Harvick. Jeff Gordon sitting in second. Mark Martin is third. Unfortunately, Montoya has fallen back a bit. Hopefully he can fight back. Still plenty of racing to go here in Fontana, as Kevin Harvick continues to lead the way here. Jeff Gordon, though, is fast approaching. He's got some momentum. He's going to peek to the inside. Back to the line. Jeff Gordon creeping forward. Mark Martin is there. Montoya back and forth. Still trying to fight his way back. Gordon now to the inside of Harvick. Can he take the lead back in that DuPont Chevrolet? We're going to have to wait and see. They come off turn 2. Harvick, though, he's got more of a run. It looks like he may have some help from the 5 of Mark Martin. Harvick pulls ahead as we go on board with the 24 of Jeff Gordon. Gordon has to settle for second once again. Gordon and Martin side by side for second. Montoya is fourth. Truex fifth, with Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, and Ryan Newman all there in the picture. On board with Jeff Gordon. 22 laps are complete here in California. He's chasing down Harvick again. Can he take the lead this time? He decides to stick to the back of him. Montoya is third. Jeff Gordon waiting for the right time to strike. Meanwhile, let's go on board now with the 20 of Tony Stewart, currently in 11th. In front of him, the 12 of Ryan Newman. And you see the double zero of David Rudman. Stewart actually being challenged by one of his teammates there. That's Denny Hamlin in the 11. And how about David Rudman up there having a solid run here today, as Tony Stewart tries to claw his way back to the top 10. We've gotten far into this green flag run, and that means one thing. That's right, pit stops. Pit stops are taking place as you see our two leaders, Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon, making their way down pit road along with several other leaders. Everybody hoping for a fast, clean pit stop to put themselves in position for a good run and perhaps the win. Our eyes right now are on the 72 and the 24 cars. You see Harvick and Gordon making their stops. Kevin Harvick's feeling pretty good. Gordon wants a wedge adjustment on that 24 machine. And Montoya says he's feeling a little tight. As you take a look at the 24 of Jeff Gordon, 4 tires and a full can of Sunoco fuel. Same thing with Kevin Harvick, and they're both away. Harvick will come off pit road ahead of Jeff Gordon, and Juan Pablo Montoya will be third. It's a 3-car breakaway right now after green flag stops. We are 38 laps complete. Kevin Harvick leads while Jeff Gordon battles Mark Martin for second. The 2 Hendrick cars up here in the front. And Mark Martin trying to hold his ground. He wants to get an early win here in the going that can help him towards the chase. Same thing with Jeff Gordon. It's all about getting off on the right foot here early in the season. And you see that as well. Kevin Harvick trying to get a win here in Fontana. Harvick continues to lead, but look at this. Jeff Gordon to the inside of Mark Martin. Gordon trying to fight hard as they come off turn 4. These two have been battling side by side for second, which, if anything, will benefit the leader, Kevin Harvick, some more. The more they keep battling, the more Harvick doesn't have to worry and he can pull away. But now, Jeff Gordon gets past Mark Martin. He will clear him for second. Definitely not over yet. I fully expect Mark Martin to come charging back. That's just the kind of racing we've seen here today in California. Plenty of racing still to go. Still been a fun, exciting battle between these 3 stars. Kevin Harvick in the 72, Mark Martin in the 5, Jeff Gordon in the 24. Back in 4th place is the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, another California native, of course. He's from El Cajon. Into turn 3 now. Martin is there, Gordon is there. Really, I'm feeling good that our winner today could come from one of these three drivers. Of course, Johnson's there too, in case anything crazy were to happen. You never know until the checkered flag drops. "56 laps are complete. The leader coming to lap 57. And time for another round of green flag stops. After that early caution on lap 7 with Scott Speed, things have been pretty mellow so far in this race as Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon lead the field down pit road. Kevin Harvick still waiting to make his stop as Gordon and Martin both go to work on pit road. Both crews looking for a fast stop here. You see Mark Martin getting to work there. The right side tires being taken care of. And now for the left side. 4 tires and Sunoco fuel for the 2 leaders here. Jeff Gordon's all finished up. And same with Mark Martin. And we're back at it again. And they're going to go 3 wide, nearly 3 wide, as they head into turn 1 as we enter the closing laps of this race. Mark Martin leads. Jeff Gordon and Kevin Harvick now fight for second. Who is going to win the second race of the 2010 Sprint Cup season? And back in 4th is Jimmy Johnson, and in 5th is David Rudiman, the Aaron's Dream Machine. How about David Rudiman? Earned his first career win last year at the Coke 600, and now looking for career win number 2 perhaps, but he's got some work to do, but still a great run from David Rudiman as back up front it is still Martin versus Gordon versus Harvick. On board with Kevin Harvick. He's to the inside of Mark Martin. Battle for the lead. The 72 and the 5, the 24 right behind them. Harvick trying to clear Martin. Martin trying to hold his own as they head into turn 3. But Kevin Harvick has the advantage, and the closer clears Mark Martin for the lead. Can Kevin Harvick get the win here today? Just under 10 to go here, and everyone will have to pit. I expect quick splash and goes from many of our leaders. This is what many would call the money stop. This is where it matters. As Kevin Harvick makes his way down pit road, we'll have to keep our eye on Jeff Gordon as well, who still needs to pit. And here we are, 3 laps to go. Jeff Gordon has benefited the most from the pit stops. He was able to get himself in front of Mark Martin and Kevin Harvick. A good old pit strategy race to finish things off here in Fontana, and looks like it's going to come down to both Hendrick drivers. Kevin Harvick has quite a few lap cars ahead of him, so it's going to take a miracle for him to catch the 5 and the 24. 2 laps to go as Mark Martin trying to chase down Jeff Gordon for the win. But Gordon looking to earn a win here early in the going this season, but Martin is beginning to reel him in. Down the backstretch for the second to last time this afternoon, and Gordon is trying to make his car 8 lanes wide if he can. That GoDaddy machine is fast. Off turn 4, back to the start-finish line. 1 lap to go. White flag is in the air here in Fontana. Who's it going to be? Jeff Gordon or Mark Martin? Into turn 1. Martin stays close to the 24, trying to find the right time to strike. It is now or never. Checkers or records, they would say. Gordon gets a good run off turn 2 and down the backstretch for the final time. Mark Martin's going to have to make the move in turn 3 if he can. Here they come. Gordon, Martin, into turns 3 and 4. Right now, Martin has nothing to answer for Jeff Gordon. And here they come off turn 4. Checkered flag. Jeff Gordon is gonna win at California. Mark Martin is second, Kevin Harvick third, and a great going by Jeff Gordon's pit crew that helps him win today's race here in Fontana. A great run by that 24 car. And with that win, that is Jeff Gordon's 83rd career win, tying Cale Yarborough on the all-time wins list. Without further ado, let's take a look at our final results. Kevin Harvick tried to claw his way back, but he just ran out of time. As Denny Hamlin and Jimmy Johnson round out the top 5, Greg Biffle finishes 6th. Paul Menard, after starting 35th, finishes in 7th. David Ruman with a great run, he finishes 8th. Ryan Newman in 9th, and Tony Stewart rounding out the top 10. Pole sitter Juan Pablo Montoya finishes 11th. Marcus Ambrose was 12th. Carl Edwards was 14th. Kyle Busch 15th. Martin Truex Jr. 17th. Jamie McMurray was 18th. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes in 20th. Jeff Burton was 23rd. Sam Hornish Jr. 24th. Joey Logano 26th. Bobby Labonte 28th. Casey Mears finishing 29th in that startup program, Keyed Up Motorsports. Then 31st, you see Dave Blaney. Kevin Conway was 32nd. Brian Vickers 34th. Max Pappas was 37th. Scott Speed 38th. And there's the rest of your finishing order there. 3 cars DNF from the race, all with mechanical problems. Joe Nemechek 40th, Kurt Busch 41st, and Brad Keselowski in 42nd. Today's race was definitely an exciting one that featured 11 lead changes among 5 different drivers. And as always, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's Racing Infinity. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like and subscribe for more content. And now, it's been a long wait, but next is Sunday Night Lights 2001. Races are nearly completed, and we're so excited to finally start showing what's to come in the year for NASCAR history. I'll see you soon.